Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're gonna continue with Ash and Hawk. We just got found out by Elric, the little boy that was a thief. That were a woman. This is the next morning, so let's see what will happen now.
エルリック、どこに行った？エルリック！
I was too naive, but then again, it was only natural once I thought about it. Elric had completely disappeared from the tower. I had to find him. I knew for sure he was in town. But where could he be? We better be looking everywhere for now. What the hell is this? Square? Is that the only one I have unlocked? What is this? Two actions that can happen? North ally. Okay, let's go. Let's go to Francisca first. Tell her what happened. I highly doubt he would be here, but I still came here just as I had the day before. He may have been a child, but he was still a thief. There was a chance he would try to steal for someone rich.
金髪で目の下に2つほくろのある子供？見ていないけど。そうだろうとは思っていたんだけど。と言っても、私はこの部屋から出ていないし、女中の子たちにも聞いておいた方がいいかしら。いや、いいんだ。ありがとう。
I went to see her on a whim. I didn't want to cause her any more trouble.
本当にごめん。仕事中だったんだよね。
Francisca had a stack of paperwork on the desk in front of her. I gave it a sidelong glance. It seemed most of them were requests from town people, along with summaries and acting those politics, their budget, and any potential problems. Most of the latter were nothing but numbers, so I couldn't understand them simply by looking.
こっちこそごめんなさい。
Why?
せっかくあなたの方から来てくれたのに、私の仕事の手が遅くて。
Even as she spoke, she deftly reviewed and organized the documents at the same time. She may look unreliable at times, but she was the lady of the Wolf Clan after all. The delay in her work could have caused by my visit. What? The delay in her work could have been caused by the visit for dinner yesterday. Okay. But if I stopped coming because of that, I knew I would hurt her. It had been a constant dilemma of mine.
それじゃあ、今日はおいとまするよ。あら、まだ来たばかりでしょ？全然お話もしてないのに。俺も用事の途中だから、またゆっくりできる時に来るよ。
I'm in the middle. Oh, this is just what he said.
本当に？
Sorry.
本当に。絶対よ。約束。うん。絶対に来るから。
The way she is during those exchanges made me feel like I'm talking to a younger sister. So if I click it now, okay, it's done. Let's go to this one. The back alley was where I chased them yesterday. They always return to the scene of the crime. This place would be the most likely area I would find him. But then again, the place he actually stole from was the market. What? I heard a voice behind me. From the way he spoke, I sensed I sensed his intention to kill. He didn't even need to tell me not to move. I couldn't even if I wanted to. Is this Lugan? The next remark he made was just as cold, but the murderous intent seemed to be gone. I constantly turned around to look. Ah.
犯人は犯行現場に戻るというが、まさか貴様だったということはないだろうな。
I was thinking the same thing, but I have no idea what he was talking about.
何の話？
連続殺人の犯人がだ。
Serial killer? What the fuck? Oh yeah. I knew about that. I also forgot about it. Oops.
殺人？
Lucas motioned with his chin towards the shadows of the alley. Heard those bloodstains? I was so desperate chasing Alec yesterday that I didn't notice. Did I just not see it? Or did it happen last night? There was a grotesque spatcher of blood all around. The stone wall was flushed with dark color that couldn't even be called red. I started to smell the blood hanging in the air and it was making me sick.
だからあれよ、あれ殺人事件。とにかくたくさんよ。しかも全部黒い影の仕業なんですって。あそこに胸を刺された男の人が倒れていたって。物騒な話ですね。まったくよ。こうも働き手ばかり立て続けだと。黒い影だっけ。
Lucas didn't answer my mumbling and went over to check the bloodstains.
ここでも殺人事件が。ずいぶんひどい殺され方みたいだな。噂になるわけだ。
噂だと。
Lucas stood up quickly and took a step towards me. His voice was filled with anger.
いえ、お前は何を聞いた？
I would be angry. He was much taller than I was and looked down at me with glaring eyes. I couldn't help but be taken back. Lucas placed his hand over a sword on his belt.
それとも、やはり貴様が犯人か？
ちょっと待って。俺は殺人事件が起こってるって聞いただけだ。詳しいことは知らない。
I tried to defend myself, or rather, I was just stating facts. Lucas locked his gaze on me as I was trying to see in my soul. His silence made me feel uncomfortable. After a while, he removed his hands from his sword and walked back to where the bloodstains were.
なんなんだ一体。気になることでもあるのか。
I didn't know what it was, but since he had already accused me of the crime, I should be able to ask at least that much. Lucas sighed, turning back around. His brow frowned.
ファルジのやり方に不満を持つ者をその一族が殺しているという噂が立っている。先日の取り立てのような締め付けから湧いた噂だろう。くだらん。こういった話は当主の耳に入る前に潰しておく必要がある。父上の名を汚すような噂はなおさらな。
This is for his father? Is that why he was so mad?
貴様が犯人でないならさっさとどこかへ行け。次に見かけたら問答無用で捕まえるぞ。
Fun.
待って、どうしてルーガスがわざわざ？
I was unwilling to back off. It would keep bothering me if I didn't ask.
犯行にこんなものが使われてはな。
Lucas took something out of his pocket. A knife. It was a knife. The handle bore a motif of hawk feather. The blade looked clean except for a blood stain that had not been removed. Is this what the Black Shadow was using?
犯人はファルジの一族に罪をなすりつけようとしている。そうは考えられない
だから鷹の羽のナイフ？
が、あるいは裏をかいて本当にファルジの一族の犯行かもしれんがな。どちらに。
Oh, oops. I clicked too fast. He wrapped the knife in a piece of cloth and stuffed it back in his pocket.
これ以上邪魔をするな。
あ、ルーガス。
まだ何かあるのか？
教えてくれてありがとう。それじゃ。
Lucas didn't respond to that. He may have been mad at me for interfering. It would be the best if I went back before he really got upset. Okay. It's done. It doesn't say anything, but I will like to visit it regardless. The place to go to gather information was the tavern. But I never entered it alone. I didn't drink alcohol. During the day, it was a dine that served regular food. I didn't have much reason at all to stay away from it, but I still did. I paced around while looking at the entrance from afar. Alright. I made up my mind and pushed open the entrance door. No one is here. The inside was bigger than I thought. It was much cleaner than the seedy, lawless place I had imagined. Well, that's a good thing. But there were no customers at all. It was too late for lunch and too early to begin drinking. I was so nervous in the moments before that it seemed like I couldn't be able to fulfill my main purpose in gathering information after all.
ああ、どうも。
I suddenly heard a voice and responded as I looked for its owner. The source of the voice was an old man at the counter. Despite his age look, there was a composed sense of youth to him. What? He was beckoning over me. Did he want me to sit next to him? It would have been awkward to refuse, so I sat down next to him. What?
こんな時間に若い人がお一人でとは。遅いお食事ですかな？
いえ、人探しをしていまして。このくらいの金髪の男の子なんですけど、ご存知ないですか？
申し訳ありませんが。
I thought so. I didn't expect too much, so I wasn't particularly disappointed.
おじいさんこそお一人で何を？
My business he was done, but it seemed rude to leave right away. I decided to have a little chat.
わしはもう楽隠居の身ですからな。これでも若い頃は行商などをしておったんですが。
A peddler. Meaning he traveled outside the town. It was unheard of now, but when this old man was younger, there was an exchange between the town and the outside world.
おかげで今でも手元に珍しいものが残っておりまして
You
な
want to sell me something?
それを少しずつ売ってはこうして酒代にしておるわけで
Alcoholist.
それは羨ましいですね。
It was a honest thought, giving my daily work as a
自
handyman.
分では枯れた生き方じゃと思っていますがの品物もわしも古い古い骨董品ですわ。いや、そうや、ここで知り合ったのも何かの縁。
これを？
You obtained the ancient lope?
いただいていいんですか？
ああ、構いませんとも。
Loop?
もしまた必要になりましたら、その時はお代を頂戴するということで。
So it was just a sample. In that case, I felt alright accepting it.
ありがとうございました。では自分はこれで。
はい、またお会いしましょう。
Okay. So this is done. This was unexpectedly done. This is done. So let's go to this one then. 2 encounters. Had to be somewhere in town, so I just needed to look around. It sounded easily, but actually doing so wasn't easy at all. This town wasn't that big, but I checked all the streets and shops would take more than a day.
あれ？何をしてるんだ？
あ、ラバン、レビー。
And maybe in luck. After all, it was rare for us to meet so often like this.
ちょっと人探しを。二人は見かけなかったかな。エルリックっていう男の子なんだけど、これくらいの大きさで目の下に2つほくろがあって金髪で生意気そうな顔の。
心当たりはないな。お前は？俺も。
そっか。
Shame. I guess it wouldn't be that easy.
つか、なんで男のガキなんて探してんだよ。
ちょっとした事情があって。
I couldn't tell them that I needed to silence him for finding out that I was a woman.
それより二人は何をしていたの？
見ての通り、町の見回りだよ。
ラバンも一緒に？
I had seen Levi's patrol because it was part of his job, but it was rare for Lavin to join it. Lavin was busy as the heir to his clan, so Levi usually took care of it to give Levin some rest. But if I said that, Levi would get all bashful and deny it outright.
最近、自警団にも新しい人間が増えたからな。こいつだけに任せておくと、モラルが崩壊する。んなことねえって。やることはちゃんとやってるだろ。どうだかな。昨日は自警団の取りまとめ自らがファルジの跡取りに喧嘩を売っていたし。あれはたまたまっつうわ。
そうそう、その話聞いたとき心臓飛び出るかと思いましたもん。
What the fuck is he? Out of nowhere, a man suddenly appeared.
でもファルジのやつに一泡吹かせてやれたんだろ。さすがだぜ。
レビさん勝ったんですか？
ボコボコにやられたって聞きましたけど。
はあ、その噂流したやつ誰だ。そういう直情的なところから流れた噂だろうな。
A small crowd formed, with lively conversations among its members. Are they all part of the vigilant group? The two brothers were close, but seeing them among their organization, I could tell that they were also well liked as leaders. The Wolf Clan was a bunch of good-natured people, so I felt comfortable being around them. But I still need to find Elric.
それじゃあ俺はそろそろ行くよ。
悪いな、力になれなくて。
エルリックだっけ？見かけたらこっちで捕まえとくからよ。
うん、ありがとう。
I waved to everyone and left. Church unlocked. Okay. Ah, there were just two of them. Okay. Maybe he went to the church by himself. I had expected this to some extent. I couldn't find Elric anywhere in town. The only place I hadn't looked was... That's right. Elric was rather reluctant to be brought to the church. I didn't know if he was there, but there may be some clues that could help. I was at a point where I was grasping at straw. I decided to head to the church. It was a familiar place that I had known since I was born. Looking back through the years, I remember passing by it countless times, but for some reason I never went inside. I wondered why. Could it have been that I never had the reason to? Well, I did today. To the church! I slowly opened the front door and stepped inside the church for the first time. Nice windows. Inside was quiet and solemn, and in the middle stood a tall man. He noticed me and gave me a gentle smile. Is that his father? He looks like Elric. I don't recognize him, but then again, why would I? If he was a clergy man, then of course I wouldn't recognize him. He wasn't much older than I was, probably in his 20s or 30s. Thought I was having difficulty telling his age from his face. Wait, what? Much older? So I'm below 20.
こんにちは。
こんにちは。神父さんですか？
いや、違うよ。僕はただこの教会をお借りして暮らしているだけだから。
いつから？
この町に来てすぐ、かれこれ10年くらい前かな。
そんなに前から？
He had been living in this town for that long and I haven't seen his face before. And the town wasn't all that big to begin with. 10 years ago. Were there still people moving here from the outside during that time? I couldn't remember.
それで何か用事かな？まさか僕のことを聞きに来たはずはない。
Oh, his hair color changed. It was lighter earlier.
すみません。エルリックという少年のことなんですけど。
I had almost forgotten why I came here in the first place. I used the boy's name in the hope of gaining some kind of clue.
はあ、エルリックに用事だったんだね。それなら直接本人に話すといい。
え？やっと来たんだ。やっぱり泥臭いんだね。
The boy and the rabbit peered at me from behind the man. And there he was, just as easily as it was difficult for me to track him down all day.
なんでここに？
なんでも何も、僕もここに住んでるんだけど。
でもだって昨日は。
あんな時間に帰ったらロレンスに
怒られるだろう。まあ今日帰ってきてからも怒られたけど。
Lawrence. Who's Lawrence? Probably him.
もしかしてエルリックが何か？
Oh, this guy. Come to think of it, I didn't ask for his name. I really needed to get a hold of myself.
差し支えなければ話してもらってもいいかな。
はい、実は
I tried to gather my thoughts as I explained what happened.
なるほど。泥棒の真似事を。お説教ならもうお腹いっぱいだよ。どうしてそんなことをするんだ。町の人にも迷惑をかけて。別に理由なんてないよ。ただの暇つぶしだし。
So he's not a poor kid.
君は。がいいかな。
Sure.
でいいです。
それじゃあ申し訳ない。思っていた以上に面倒に巻き込んだみたいで、ご覧の通りひねくれ者で僕も手を焼いているんだ。
He looked so sorry about it that I was starting to pity him too.
いえ、それよりエルリックとロレンスさんはどういった関係で？
僕もロレンスでいいよ。見た目はこんなだけど心は若いままのつもりだから。
I wanted to assume he was joking, but it wasn't a very good joke.
この子は教会で預かっている孤児なんだ。そして僕は前の神父からこの教会の管理を頼まれている。わかりやすく言うとそんなところかな。
But where's the priest then? I wondered if that was really all there was to it. There was something about Lars that seemed different from other
と
people.
ころで君は便利屋の仕事をしているんだよね。
はい。いや、
I had started to respond to him formally, but at his pointed look, I switched over to casual speech. He was obviously older than I was, but being able to speak to him like this put me at ease.
タイミングがいいというと聞こえが悪いかもしれないけど、これも巡り合わせかもしれない。一つ仕事を頼まれてくれないかな。
仕事？
I didn't expect from him to immediately hire me for a job. Unless it was something really strange, I had no reason to refuse. Working these jobs was very important to survive here.
ちょうど1ヶ月後にシャニク祭がマスカレードがあることは知っているよね。
それはもちろん。この町で知らない人間はいない。
僕も知ってる。春を祝う祭りだろ。春なんて本の中でしか見たことないけど。
Elric was right. Things like blooming flowers were only seen in books. Our town was covered in snow, with a spring that would never come. During the festival, it was a tradition to hang decorative clothes with fruits or floral designs around the town.
そのマスカレードが何か？
うん。それが少し困っているんだ。今年は20年に一度の節目の年。教会でカレイドビアを展示することになっているんだけど。
カレイドビア？
I felt something stir in me when I heard that word. But I didn't know it. I didn't think I would ever hear of it before. I've ever heard of it before.
前に展示されたのは君が生まれる前のことだからね。大切にしまわれていたし、僕も今まで見たことがなかったんだ。
はあ。それでそのカレードビアが何か？
消えてしまったんだ。
消えて？
そろそろ準備をしようと思って箱を開けてみたら何も入っていなかった。
Does it have? Maybe the festival has something to do with me awakening as a witch.
もちろん 足が生えて勝手にどこかに行くはずはないからね。誰かが持ち出したんだと思う。
Someone. As I made my assumption, I turned my head towards the other person here.
僕じゃないよ。そんなもの隠したって面白くもなんともないし。
あ、うん、ごめん。
I realized it was a bit rude of me, so I apologized.
真っ先に僕のことを疑ったし、ひどい話だよね。
それはもう謝っただろう。他に心当たりもなかったし、仕方ないじゃないか。
Since he didn't know who else to suspect, he probably wanted me to look for it.
そのカレードビアに価値はあるのかな。金銭的だったり美術的だったり。
どうなのかな。卵型の美しい置物
Is it
と
like
だけ聞い
Easter?
ているけど、
Maybe.
でもたとえそういった価値があったとしても、この町では意味がないんじゃないかな。売りさばいたりしたらすぐにわかるだろうし。
街の外に持ち出された可能性は？
それが難しいことは君の方が詳しいんじゃないかい。
True. No one came in or out of the town. It wasn't that they couldn't, they just didn't. So the Calado fire was somewhere in the town and someone had it. But that information alone wasn't nearly enough to find
も
it.
しカレードビアがないとどうなるのかな。
これは杞憂かもしれないけど、騒ぎの火種になってしまうかもしれない。
騒ぎ？
この町はずっと2つの一族がくすぶっている状態だろう。まるでお互いが争いの口実を探しているように僕には見える。その口実にカレイドビアが使われるかもしれない。
Kaleido Vienna. Cannot say it like that.
それはさすがに。
I honestly thought it was a far reach.
カレイドビアには言われがあってね。僕もまた聞きだから詳しくは知らないんだけど、あれはかつてボルグとファルジの一族が力を合わせるための象徴として使われていたものらしいんだ。だからこの町の平和の象徴でもある。それが
The symbol of cooperation, the symbol of peace. I didn't know this town even had anything like that. Lawrence's fear suddenly felt a lot more real to me. If it was a possibility, then there would be no harm in trying to prevent it. I knew that people in the town didn't want any trouble.
どうだろう。難しい依頼だとは思うけど、報酬は祭りの予算で教会に充てられている中からこっそりこれだけ。
そんなに？
I was shocked. Lawrence wrote a number on his palm to show me. It would take me years to make this much as a handyman. Earning a reward like that, I just may be able to leave the town with it. It would be more than enough funding for the journey. I suddenly felt more motivated.
わかった。引き受けるよ。絶対に見つけられるかはわからないけど。
There was no reason to refuse. Would I just do what I could? I would just do what I could.
僕の方でも何か分かったらすぐに連絡する。それとエルリックを君の助手につけよう。
え？
は？
His unexpected suggestion had us all exclaimed in confusion. The first one to protest was the boy.
何勝手なこと言ってるんだ。
彼にも町の人にも迷惑をかけたんだろう。だったら働いて返すのが当然だよ。
そんなの知らないよ。なんで僕がそんなことを。
調査の時はちゃんと彼の言うことを聞くこと。いいね。
His ominous smile reminded me of Francisca's. But they did
エ
kinda
ルリックも
resemble
納
each other.
得してくれたようだし、それじゃあ改めてよろしくお願いします。
はあ。ただいま。 履いたか？
I will end the episode here. Thank you for watching. And I will see you next time. Let's check the flow shop before we go actually. Map. We're still at chapter 1, what the hell? What's this? Okay. Interesting. Anyways, thank you for watching and I will see you next time. Bye bye.